Welcome to your Energy Alchemy Forecast for the week of October 6th through October 12th. Now, the theme of this week is be wise with your words. Okay? A lot happening on the astrological front around our communication. So today on Sunday, October 6th, we have Mercury, which is the planet of communication. Okay? It is squaring, which means making a challenging aspect to Mars, which is where we get really passionate or driven by something. And to me, this is a watch your words type of energy. It could be some kind of bickering. It could also be like, I don't know, like, when siblings go back and forth with each other and they're like, you said this and you said this. Like, they're like pointing their fingers at each other so that they don't get in trouble. It's that type of energy when Mercury is squaring Mars like this. Okay, so that's Sunday. On Monday, nothing. Nice day to decompress and integrate and reflect. Tuesday, we've got Venus, the planet of love, okay? And then Mars, which is the masculine planet of love. And then those are trining each other. And then we also have Mercury, the planet of communication, okay? Trining Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion, but it happens to be in Gemini, which is the sign of communication. So these energies together, Venus trining Mars, Mercury trining Jupiter, it feels like heartfelt exchanges. It feels like vows, but there is something in that Jupiter energy that could be like turning the dial way up. It can be an over exaggeration. So there is also, even though they're fortuitous aspects, there is something in the back of my head intuitively that's like, pay attention though, because there is something about Jupiter that like over amplifies an energy, and especially in a very loquacious sign like Gemini, it could be turning the energy up and like an over exaggeration or over declaration, but it feels very much like a heartfelt exchange because Venus and Mars are also in a really lovely aspect that day. On Wednesday, October 9th, we have Jupiter going retrograde. Jupiter is currently again in Gemini. So that will be happening until February 4th. So quite a long time that we're in this experience. And because Jupiter is this over amplification, or it's this expansion of this energy, for it to be retrograde means that in Gemini, we get this opportunity for us to understand where we need to refine our message. That could be personally. It could be if you're writing a book or you're trying to put something out on a public level. It could be asking you to refine that. It could be your marketing. It could be your personal brand. That's on brand for me. Yeah, you can be refining something about that within yourself. If you need help understanding deeper where this is happening for you, join my Patreon. On Patreon, I will tell you where you have Gemini in your chart based off of your sign or your rising sign, and that will help you understand where this energy is unfolding for you, okay? Thursday, no heavy astrology, and then Friday, we've got Pluto, the planet of major transformation, the phoenix of the zodiac, is going direct. It's making its last trek, the long walk, as we would call it, if this was a TV show like House of the Dragons, when Viserys makes the long walk up to the throne, or when Loki makes the long walk out to his throne. We are making a long walk out of Capricorn. This has been a 16-year story that we've had Pluto in Capricorn being illuminated for us. We have been burning it to the ground. The ashes came down and we rebuilt from there. So Pluto finally goes direct, and in just a few short weeks, it will be out of Capricorn forever for the rest of our lives, probably even next lifetime, depending on how you come back, okay? So it will never be here again. We are being asked in this Pluto moving direct to review a story. Again, our words, what we're telling ourselves, right? It could be the internal story that we have going on in our head. To review a story that's been happening for the past 16 years. And again, that is wherever you have had Capricorn in your chart. So this is a pretty significant energy in it going direct. It's finally gonna move full steam ahead to its long walk out and then into Aquarius, which is where it will be for the next 20 years. It's amazing. So just keeping that in mind. And then Saturday, we've got nothing going on. Okay, so the theme of the week, be wise with your words. Okay, and with that being said, we will get into our pick a pile. I have this, by the way, is where you need to be wise with your words and how to do it. Okay, that's the cards that we're looking at. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and then pile number 3. 1, 2, or 3. Trust your gut. Okay, we are starting with pile number 1. I love this so much. Okay, so be mindful with your words or watching your words, and then the card that you get is a blessing of the air. Now, here's why I love this, because Gemini is an air sign. So this is calling you to be mindful of whatever's going on in that Gemini experience. Now, it's also our air as an element rules over our, I'm just the fidgetiest. It's me. I'm the problem. Hi. So air is where we rules over our mental acuity. So this is also like, be mindful of what you are telling yourself on an internal basis. Okay. What are you saying that is inside of your head? And if you even look at her, it's like there's flowers growing from her head. So she clearly, her, has these wonderful, beautiful thoughts that are manifesting and expanding out around her. But if you are down and out about yourself, which your card is telling me that you are, because you got the 8 of Swords, okay? This is 8 of Swords is like a mental cage of our own making. She could get out of this. The conventional card is actually her standing in a group of swords, and the pathway in front of her is wide open, but she's blindfolded, and she could easily lift the blindfold up and look and walk and move out, but she doesn't, and so she remains in fear. Which way do I go? What do I do? So this is like your own internal perseverating around your anxiety, around your fears, letting your fears dominate. And so when it's being mindful with your words, it's actually being mindful of the words that you speak to yourself. The words that you speak to yourself become thoughts that sink into beliefs, and your beliefs shape your reality. So if you are allowing your fear to dominate, you can see, look at the card. She's perfectly fine, but what she is perceiving in the mirror is so much more fearful, abrasive than what she's actually sitting and experiencing. She's okay, she's safe. It's just her fears being projected back to her. Okay, if you've read ACOTAR, this is very much whatever happens when Farah looks in that mirror. Okay, I don't even remember the name of the mirror, but I remember that happened. So there is this, I don't know why I felt like I wanted to say that. This is what you are saying to yourself and using your words to shape your beliefs so that your reality matches what you want it to look like. If she wants to wake up tomorrow and this is what's going to manifest, because that's what she keeps thinking about and that's what she keeps looking for in the world. But if you are looking for beautiful thoughts that are going to match, and I'm not saying, by the way, that you're going to be perfect at this. You're human. You don't need to be perfect at this. But you need to be mindful of it. This is about watching your words, not perfecting your words. It's about watching your words so that what you think settles into a belief that you actually want to experience out in the world. Okay? Thank you, pile number 1. Pile number 2. Okay? Ooh, okay. So watching your words. We have interesting cards today. A blessing of the waters. Okay, there's something that's coming through right away, which is not taking on how other people are speaking or talking, especially about you. Don't let other people's perspective and opinions about you or what they think they know about you dictate who you actually are. There is something about breaking the chains of adopting other people's language and their words and how they speak and what they think as your own thoughts and your own then feelings, because this is a blessing of the water, which is all about your emotional landscape. So if it's not making you feel good about yourself, why would you continue to listen to them? I'm not saying cut them off, because I hate that. I hate that toxic behavior. I hate the cut off culture. But I am saying that you have a responsibility to separate your feelings about yourself from how other people speak and perceive you. That's your responsibility. And there is something here about transforming. There's a butterfly on the card. There is something about transforming how you are feeling about yourself based off of how much you are letting other people's words impact you. You need to almost do like, I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you say, bounces off to me and sticks to you. That like elementary school, let it come back. Actually think about what it means. It's almost like using the evil eye, okay? You need to like get an evil eye, and even the colors here are kind of like the black and blue, like the evil eye. You need to get like an evil eye and be like, return to sender. Whatever somebody else is saying about you isn't about you, it's about them. But when you actually let it seep into the fabric of your being as something that is being stated about you, and then you're taking it on, now it's about you. But if you have that return to sender in your energy and you're like, that's not about me, that's about them. They're calling me X, Y, Z. That's how they feel about themselves. That builds your confidence. That allows you to transform. And then you can step outside of other people's perceptions of you and actually build your own perception of self. Cool? Now, in order to do that, you've got this Ace of Pentacles and it's reversed. To me, that this feels like protecting something that is taking root within you. Almost like you need to protect what you are cultivating within you, your own words, and how you're speaking about how you're confident. It's almost like it's the chakras but reversed in here. But now the card is reversed. I've never seen it this way. It's almost like you need to unroot. It's almost like he's ripping the roots out. That's other people's perceptions about you. You need to actually sit down. There's two things that I want you to do. Number one, I want you to write a list of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Not the 5 people you like the most, the 5 people you spend the most time with, because psychology points to the fact that we adapt other people's personality when they are the 5 people that we spend the most time with. So if you spend time with a ton of people who are low vibrational, guess what? You're low vibrational because you're taking that on. I also want you to then write a list of your beliefs about yourself. And then I want you to write down, is this mine? Like, I want you to write down, can't do blank, can do blank, whatever it is that you actually believe about yourself, your personal beliefs. And then I want you to draw an arrow and be like, is this mine? Yes or no? And if the answer is no, who did this come from? A friend, a family member, a partner, my boss? Who did this come from? Do I want to keep it? Yes or no? Keep that in mind, okay? That's for you, pile number 2. Pile number 3. Let's see what you have going on. We had the most interesting cards today. Wow. I'm sorry, I'm just looking because this has been fascinating. So this deck has a myriad of different types of blessings, and out of all of the cards that I could have picked, 3 out of like 60 or 70 some odd cards were all elemental. So we had air, we had water, and now you, my dear, you, pile number 3, have a blessing from the earth. So when it comes to what it is that you need to be mindful, watch your words. This feels more global. This feels more about abundance. so there is a piece of this that feels global. It feels about the world, feels about community at large, but on a deeper sense, especially because of your tarot card, which is the Two of Pentacles reversed. This is about the way that you speak about money, about abundance. Are you consistently telling yourself, I can't afford this? Are you telling yourself, or are you telling other people that they shouldn't be spending money a certain way? Okay, this is about money. It's about abundance. It's about idea of wealth. So you need to pay attention to this because the earth is abundant. We always have what we need at any given moment in time. True abundance is not a number in your bank account. It is the ability to have what you need when you need it. That's amazing, because that could come in a million different ways, just like there are many different branches on the tree. It's not just one finite thing that leads to abundance. It's many different things, all these different offshoots. That is all considered abundance. They're all fruitful with life, with leaves, with fruit, with animals. And that's the thing is, when you are abundant, you give from overflow. So then you are also supporting your community, your animals, your friends, your family, the world around you, your community, like all of that benefits from you. But there is a story that you're telling yourself about money, or there is a person that you're interacting with. That could be a boss. Maybe you're up for a new contract, or you're up for a promotion and you're like, I want to make X amount more, but I'll settle for this. Like, no, ask for the full amount. Be negotiable with benefits. What is it that you actually want? You need to work on your abundance, because there is something about this that you're like selling yourself short and saying like, well, I'm dreaming about this. This is what I really want, but I'll settle for this. Why? Why would you do that? So you need to work on this, because there feels to me like there's an opportunity here for you to speak more highly of yourself, about what you want, about what you're looking for, and being honest about what you're looking for as far as opportunities go, whether that is in career or otherwise. This could simply just be putting your dreams out into the universe and letting the universe support you. But that is also abundant. It's like if you want to quit your job and travel and make money off of travel, and you've been stuck in a 9-to-5 job where you're plugging away at a computer all day and you can't even envision that, it might not even be about the money. It's like about your dreams and what you are letting fall to the wayside because you're telling yourself that you can't have it. That's still its own form of scarcity, even if it's not a number that you're putting out into the world. And so I love this, because there is this, like, she's touching the tree. You need to trust the trees with your dreams. Literally go and touch a tree with your left hand. Take a deep breath. Ask the tree its gender. It might be male, it might be female, it might be true spirit. Okay. And then you can ask its name if you'd like. You might not get that, but you can then say, you can ask a tree anything. And then you need to trust your intuition. But you can say to the tree, can you please help me ground into my stability and my abundance mindset? And that tree will help you. Trees are wonderful. You can even see on the card, they have little faces, because trees are spirits, baby. They might not be humanoid, but they are sentient. And they are really deeply connected to the collective consciousness. So ask trees. That's a part of your integration, okay? Thank you, pile number 3. Love you guys. I will see you all next week.